Welcome to the Hot House.
People who I don't really truly love, I don't worry about as much.
They have places like this all over the country.
Rob and I are very much in love.
Too many emotional strings attached.
Oh my God.
You're just trying to get your 15 minutes.
I like licking girls' teeth.
Oh my God.
Why did you go home?
Reality TV 101.
You kids have fun arguing semantics. I'm gonna go meet the professor regarding the alien test subject.
Welcome to Vanderpump Robs, a podcast about reality TV. I'm Rob Schulte. With me, of course, is the cool co-host, Kate Shapiro. Hello, Kate.
I mean, some say that.
Yes, they do.
Some might say that.
Some people say, this is like our Fox News portion of the show. Some people are saying.
Some people are saying.
Some of those people just might be us. Who knows? You know, some people say these things. Kate, big things going on that I would like to keep people in the public feed abreast of. One of those is Milk Mansion. Have you heard of Milk Mansion?
No, do I want to know about it?
It's like a hype house for people who enjoy milking. Anyway,
milking cows, milking people, milking.
I think people. I think it's a very busty household.
Okay.
Yeah.
Big
kinda
boob
like
hound kind of content.
I think it's a very huge boob hound situation.
Okay.
But you know, that's neither here nor there. I heard that on a different podcast this morning, and I can't get it out of my head. So that's why you had to. Hey, you know what? It's leaving now. There
Paying
we go.
it forward. Thank you.
Throwing
for
it
that.
away. Yeah. But speaking of huge boob hound, we were on Go Off Kings the other day, which I created a bonus episode for of just, well, anyone who didn't tune in. We went on Zillow night where Kate and I and Jesse and Stefan, who previous guests of the show, had us on to look at some odd Zillow listings, one of which was the house from Summer House. And I clipped that section and made a bonus episode. So vanderpumprobs.com if anyone wants to see and hear that.
It was so fun. I was so nervous. I took an Amanda dose of anti-anxiety pills beforehand because my husband watches it every single day. Once I told him, I'm like, would you rather be embarrassed in front of JF and Stefan or get hit by a car? And he said, hit by a car. And I was like, you mean if I hit you with my car right now, that would be better than like the Twitch streamers being like embarrassed in that space.
And only one of us embarrassed ourselves in front of JF and Stefan on that
Shower
stream.
curtain, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was so bad. But I will
gross.
say
it's really poor of you.
I grew up poor. I get it. I'm still, some people are saying I still am poor. VanderpumpRobs.com to support this podcast, folks.
Yeah, we need to get a GoFundMe to get you a door for your shower.
I know. Look, we're not going to go there. It was fun. I encourage people to sign up at vanderpumprobs.com to see that episode, but also all the bonus episodes of everything we've done. We just finished covering Southern hospitality over there. We've got Discord access, all that sort of stuff. You're going to love it. And the upcoming Secret Sundays, which will be when I get back from Chicago next week.
Yeah.
But Kate, we should talk about The Valley a little bit. Did you watch The Valley?
I did watch The Valley this morning, which I shouldn't
Same.
watch The Valley in the mornings. Something I've found out about myself.
Yeah.
One thing I want to bring this up at the top because I feel like this applies to all of the shows this week. I've been watching them with my friend who's like a WeHo gay guy.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, I watch reality TV, or when I like reality TV, it's because there's a friend group that I want to be a part of, and I think they're fun. These people aren't fun. I'm sorry, but I don't want to be in their fucking friend groups.
No way. Like, I could see myself partying with maybe one or two of them, but friend group? No way.
No. Yeah, exactly. Like, maybe I'd hang out with Kyle or West. I'm sorry, but like... And maybe I'd like a one-on-one dinner with Ciara. That would be fun. But like the cast of Southern Hospitality would be fun to hang out with.
Yes.
I hate to say it, but Southern Charm would probably be fun to hang out with.
Yeah.
But the Valley and in the city, like Lindsay, Amanda, Kenny, all of those people, they seem miserable at all these events. They're not having fun. The Valley squad is all miserable. They're not having fun. They all seem to hate each other. And there's just it's not fun. Like,
well, Zach's ex-roommate took his monster refrigerator away.
well, that's part of what I was thinking about. They were so mean about him not having any furniture in his house. What the fuck is wrong with you? Just come have a good time. Like Brittany, come and be like, let's do shots off the table and have fun. We're going to make this fun. I brought Twister. Like, make it fun because it's your friends and you're all at a party together. But instead, all their confessionals are like, he has no furniture.
This fucking
like,
loser.
bring the guy
He
a
has
plant.
to pay Kristen at his party.
Did any of them bring him a gift?
I don't think so, which seems odd for a housewarming party.
Yeah, bring the guy a fucking plant if he doesn't have anything.
Here's one thing I was a little confused of, and maybe this is because I also watched The Valley in the morning. It's a housewarming party for his apartment that he already lives at.
Well, I think it's Benji moving in housewarming.
It's a
Their
Benji
home,
moving in
I guess,
party. Got it.
is what I thought.
Well, I know that's part of it, but it was just seemed to strain credulity a bit to have this party. It's like, yeah, someone just moved out and I've got nothing here, so I better throw a party.
I mean, the funniest part about it is like, yo, you've been living here for at least 5 years and you have no furniture. That was all your roommate's furniture? Because like the last time I lived with a roommate, it was, like if they moved out, not everything would be gone. Like maybe an entertainment center would be gone and a chair would be gone, but the couch would be there and the coffee table. Not everything would be gone.
I have a feeling Zach's one of those guys where everything he buys stays in his room because he doesn't want anyone to use his things.
His like salt shaker is in his room. He brings
his
it out
Nintendo,
to like put on
his
food.
Switch. His Switch is in his room, right?
I could also see him having no possessions. Really. I could see his
True.
bed being an Amazon $60 like bed. Like,
yeah,
he's not, he's not the kind of like guy that he's never dressed particularly well. He looks good, he's got this plastic
Great
surgery and like cosmetically he looks good, but like he doesn't seem like he has good taste. And I'm sure he's going to hear that and like call us cunts. But
because he obviously listens and we know that. And hello, Zach. But
yeah, but Zach, you need to get like in the city, some closet therapist or like design, manager or something for your house.
And Lacey, a millennial, calls the millennial's house very millennial. But what I think she means is it's like 2009 where we were at college parties.
Yeah. And rude. Just a rude thing to say from everyone involved. You don't even know them that well.
And she's going through the Dominoes like going, ugh, what toppings are you looking for?
Yeah, she went through cheese, pepperoni, and veggie. Okay, what else? What are you looking for?
You just want to be disgusted by delivery. Shut up, Domino's. Look, Domino's isn't good, but Domino's is fine.
He had Domino's, but he also had like an $800 charcuterie board.
Yeah, no kidding.
I've been to those parties with that board. Like, if you don't want Domino's, go to the fucking charcuterie board. That thing's not
no
from
carbs
Costco.
there.
Yeah.
Maybe a few in the cheese.
They were all so mean about him.
It's weird.
If I watch that episode, I'd be so pissed.
Maybe we should we could just like pick through a few things that happen, but let's stay at the party a little bit because he does have his chat with Danny about, like all of these people are coming for you because you're acting like an alpha male. And Danny's like, I think we call that charisma. And I was like, well, if there's one thing you don't have, Danny, it's charisma. And I'm not sure. I just felt like Zack was trying to be like, look, dude, you know what everyone's gonna say to you. Stop acting that way. And there's some tricky edits because Danny was obviously like lying about drinking because we caught him on camera pouring, that handle of whiskey into his cup. But they also, when you look at the edit, there's different people in the kitchen when he's asked what he's drinking. And that comes...
so it could have been pouring it for someone else?
Could have been pouring it for someone else. Could have been pouring it for himself, but it doesn't seem to be happening at that exact same time.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And that paired with Danny hiding the White Claw in Brittany's bathroom is very funny as well.
You think that's real? That was the fakest thing I've ever seen.
Well, I don't know if it's real in the sense that, like, I think it's totally made up that Jasmine's like, what's this doing in your bathroom a day after? Like, as if Brittany's not been to the bathroom since her party. But I do think Danny was holding that White Claw can walking away from the camera in the, like, flashback scene they showed.
Yeah.
But God only knows. I mean, I'm more focused on why...
Is he not supposed to be drinking at the party or something? Did he
He's
say?
telling people he's not drinking. The weird thing is that when you put that down, when you say I'm not drinking, I'm only drinking water, then any drink you have is a drink that you're sneaking. Like, if you don't want people to come at you like you have a drinking problem, then don't drink a ton of booze. Like, look, it doesn't seem like at this party you're turning into, quote, dark side Danny. It seems like you can handle your liquor. So maybe show the people you can drink and not go insane if that's what you're doing. Because the moment you lie and you hide it, then it becomes the, quote, problem.
I mean, the stupid thing about the Danny drinking storyline, which I hate, is why is Zack having that conversation with Danny and not Lala? Like, Lala's the only one here who yelled at him, who's the one that has an issue with him directly, technically, at this moment. And also, if you want to get through to Danny and you want me to believe that you guys are all real friends, why aren't you saying, are you okay? Because if my friend was secret drinking, like, I had a situation recently where I had a bottle of vodka in my freezer that I use for making vodka sauce, and then a friend came by and then it was gone. And I was like, I'm not mad at them for drinking the vodka. It's annoying. I don't like to have to go back and get more vodka, but I'm a little concerned. Why did you drink the vodka? I have beer in the fridge and stuff, which you asked for. But the vodka's gone. It's not me. It's not my husband. Yeah. So, and I'm just like, how do I talk to them about okay, where did the vodka? Are you okay? You could have told me you wanted the vodka and I would have given it to you. It would have been okay. The weird thing is you're not telling me, and are you okay? I'm just worried. Nobody's...
That's the big thing, is that if you're not talking about it, then it feels worse than it might be.
Yeah, and I'm worried that you're secret drinking, that you are secretly drinking something that's really easy to secret drink.
Yeah.
How often are you secret drinking? But instead they act like, oh, I have one up on you because I've discovered this. And instead of saying, I care about you, and I care about Nia, or I care about the friend group, and why are you secret drinking? But they aren't framing it that way. And of course they're framing it in a way that makes Danny the most defensive.
And the reason Zach's even having this conversation is because Jasmine says he doesn't stand up for her. Well, this conversation wasn't standing up for Jasmine either. This was just I said I was going to do it, so here I did it. Yeah.
I mean, I don't understand why Jasmine should have been like this last season instead of having Janet do it for her. And the big problem with the Valley this season is they're still litigating things from last year, because they keep saying at the reunion, you said this. The reunion should be the end. You shouldn't talk about the reunion anymore. You should have squashed the beef. That's the whole point of the reunion.
People want to say that Jasmine didn't have Janet do this. Janet did this on her own because she hated Danny so much. And it's it doesn't matter. Much like Summer House, you're getting bogged down on the semantics here. So these are all things that needed to happen last year, and you all get so misdirected that it just becomes a big, muddy mess.
Yeah.
Other things that happened this episode, Brittany's almost done with surgery, but Brandon is kind of annoying her, I guess. Like he's who'd have thought someone that wants to be with Brittany is not picking up her pain meds or doing what she asked and is really lazy and is taking money from her. That sounds like such a huge surprise.
Oh God, who would have thought the guy with like 7 baby mamas sucks? I don't know. Who would have thought?
The guy who still lives in Kentucky and like keeps. Here's the one thing I think he did say when he was going to be flying in and leaving, and Brittany just forgot because she's been on pain pills all week. But that doesn't mean he doesn't suck. I just think he's like no, this is my flight. This is the flight I said I was taking.
If I was scumbag boyfriend, I would pick up the pain pills and take a few of them.
Hell
and then give
yes.
it to it. That's the kind of scumbag boyfriend to Brittany I would be. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I would do what she wanted, but I need a little kickback, you know?
That's why this guy's such a dumbass. He should be doing what needs, like, so that the scent is off of him, you know? And then you pick a little for yourself on the side and you have yourself a good time while she's zonked out. Hey, speaking of staying on the scent, did you notice all of the pee pads on the floor? She still has dogs that still just like piss and shit all over the place.
These Bravo people and their dogs, we've talked about this 1,000 times.
I know.
Train your dog. It's when we got my dog as a puppy, I was like, oh, we should get pee pads. We should get all these things and prepare. And Ken said, no pee pads.
Yep.
Like, no, we are not even getting the dog even a little bit used to the pee pads. If it pees in the ground, like that sucks for us. We clean it up. That makes us ensure that it won't. That we take it outside. And maybe when Laz is like 100 years old, we might have to get pee pads again.
Sure.
But I don't know. It's not hard. And also, she doesn't have carpeting. So it's like not even a big deal to clean it up. It's just so gross.
It's disgusting. I fear for these dogs, but I don't know.
This house is just disgusting. And she was like, where's Cruz's nanny to do my weird drains for my boob job that are full of guts? It's not blood, it's something else. I didn't like that.
I know. I do like, though, when Jasmine and her girlfriend are going over their wedding invitations, there's just like, a crab boil the night before surgery is crazy. I was like, thank God someone said it.
Well, after this, one thing I thought was crazy, I'm like, okay, you just had major abdominal surgery. And she's like, where's the chili sandwich? Like, I remember my dad had abdominal surgery, and it's obviously not a mommy makeover, but it was major abdominal surgery. And they gave him like a list of things he can eat. And I guarantee you the chili sandwich was not on the list of things that his bowels could handle.
I know. I don't understand why why they're allowing her to do that too. Like look, I'm no doctor. And if I were, I would be just as much a charlatan as the two people that Brittany works with. But isn't it usually the case that you ask someone to kind of get at least a wee bit healthier before major surgery?
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's at least pre-surgery directions of what you should and shouldn't be eating.
Yeah.
And I think you want to be in the best shape possible for major surgery. I was thinking Kanye West's mom, who died getting a boob job, like, shit is major surgery. It's not like something to be taken lightly. And I think that she gets a lot of shit, and sometimes it feels like body shaming, but really it's like she thinks the surgery, like she said it in this episode, like, oh, Jax made me feel terrible for being like overweight or not having the perfect body, but joke's on him. I got surgery to have a flat stomach, so now I feel great. And I'm like, this would be such a better storyline if you were like, I don't care what Jax says. I love the body I'm in. But instead, she has to get the body that she thinks Jax wants. And then she's telling us that's empowerment. And it's a weird situation. And I feel like when people have a weird reaction, that's okay. And it doesn't mean that they are body shaming Brittany. She's being very odd about this.
Yeah, and I still love that she feels good after all of this happens. Like, I think that's, Janet's genuine reaction to Brittany's happiness. All of that is good stuff, but there is a very gray area on what is, and I mean this legitimately, like healthy to do mentally, physically, whatever.
Yeah.
Oof.
And I don't think Brittany is on the top of the healthy to do. She'll do anything to not get over Jax, basically.
Yeah.
Like, even this mommy makeover is, like, not really the best step forward, in my opinion, in getting over Jax. And it's kind of sad to see.
I would have liked to see, like, look, I don't think, so I was listening to a podcast the other day, and it talked about, it was Doughboys, okay? It was Doughboys, but...
Okay, I mean, they're my haters, but it's all right.
Sure. But Heather Ann Campbell was on as a guest, and one of the hosts, Nick, was talking about how he recently started GLP-1s. Mitch talks about how he does GLP-1s. Heather, a notably, like, very thin person, is on GLP-1s because of her cancer diagnosis years ago. Because one thing those do is help, like, I guess, grow back hormones and stuff. Something she talks about it. I don't want to act like I know exactly, but it sparked this bigger conversation of, like, all of the other stuff GLP-1s can get prescribed for, which I found very interesting. So I'm not saying Brittany needs GLP-1s necessarily to, like, quote, lose weight. But if there is a world where that's part of going into this surgery, I think it would have been more fun to see, like, her and Zack, like, doing this journey together. But instead we just get Zack being like, I'm so fat, I need to take my GLP-1s, and then Brittany eating a crab boil before surgery.
Yeah, I mean, we want the revenge body Khloe Kardashian storyline.
Yes.
I mean, we all love that. It's like
Yes.
when you drop the dead weight and then you get hot. Like, everyone loves that. It would have been a lot better than this half-ass storyline here.
Yeah.
And I think also people have so many questions about why she's not on GLP-1s that they need to do a Kardashian-style episode where, like, Khloe gets the DNA test about O.J. Simpson because it's been talked about so much. We need the answers.
Yes.
Bravo
needs to lean into that.
I mean, I think she might have, like, a medical issue that prohibits her from doing it, which is fine.
For sure.
But I would like to know. I feel weird for wanting to know, but you're on a television show and your entire storyline is getting thin.
Yeah. Why leave anything out at this point then?
Yeah.
Or at least tell us why you're being left out. Anyway, that's the Valley. We should move on to Summer House Reunion.
The only other thing I guess I had to say about the
please.
Valley was I like that Danny just admits he secret drinks.
Yeah.
It's not even a secret anymore. He's just like, I secret drink around these people because they're such total freaks when I drink alcohol around them that I just do it in secret. And I was like, I've never heard someone say something like that on television.
It's great because he doesn't even lean into the, like, and I know that's probably wrong and I should. No, he's just like, no, these people are freaks. And yeah. Can I have one or two too many? Sure. But they don't know that because I'm secret drinking.
If I was him and I was any of his friends, I would be like, the reason people don't like you, it's not because you're too charming. It's because your jokes suck. Yeah. And when you're drunk, it just seems like you're insulting people, but you think they're jokes. And we need to take you to an improv class. Let's take Danny to an improv class so he can have better drunk jokes.
I've got a previous cast member of Vanderpump Rules that might be able to really help him out with sketch comedy.
Yeah. Isn't that the same one that Brittany keeps saying she's going to go to the reunion for the Valley this season looking like Ariana? And I was like, don't even give yourself that comparison. Ariana after Sandoval was like the hottest anyone's ever been in the whole world in reality TV world. No one has ever compared.
Yeah. Speaking of, Love Island started, Kate. Are you a Love Island person?
I think I would like Love Island if it was gay people.
Well, I do have a theory that I think Love Island is a psyop for conservative values.
I think all these shows are trying to get us on the conservative. It's all like, have babies.
Yeah. I mean, you're not wrong. I think Love Island is just a little bit more blatant about I need to find a husband. I need to find a wife. I could meet them right now. But also, I really love having sex because that can help make a family. And a lot of other weird traditional values discussions happening there, while also being softcore porn, which most conservatives love.
I would just really love it if it was like all really, really hot, jacked gay guys on Love Island. I think I would watch that. And
that show has to exist, right?
Yeah, I would hope so.
Did you watch Half Man?
No. Everyone said it sucked.
I liked it.
I like Widow's Bay. Have you watched that?
I haven't watched Widow's Bay yet.
Ooh, that's a very Rob-coded show. You should watch it.
Oh, wow. Okay. I've got this flight to Chicago coming up. Maybe I'll load some up.
People are saying it's like Twin Peaks, and it's not. It's just a horror show that's also comedy. It's funny.
Okay. Well, I love that.
Oh, yeah. You hated Backrooms. I saw.
Oh, yeah. Backrooms. More like bathrooms.
Why did you hate it?
It wasn't for me. It felt like an and then movie. And first of all,
like 20 YouTube videos.
Yeah, and it felt like 20 YouTube videos. It felt like Stefan said it really good on Go Off Kings that, like I think he said like, every so often there's like a new horror movie that's like twisting what we think, and it's about like societal pressure, but like the Babadook or whatever. Mm-hmm. It's like, it was like that, but like synthesized. So like, well, we need to do that, so let's just make it happen. It was so like slap you in the face with like, look, this guy's got a problem, and here's the story we wrapped it in. Yeah,
I have a fear of furniture. So it was really scary to me. In fact, I saw it last night and I couldn't sleep. And my friends in town and my husband, they just like went to sleep like babies. And like, I was like, what if I wake up in the middle of the night and like all the furniture is in a weird pile?
Oh. There were eerie images. Don't get me wrong. Like I thought some of the things was spooky.
Furniture shouldn't be doing weird shit. Like, it shouldn't be doing weird shit. It should be doing normal shit. It shouldn't be coming out of the wall. Like, what if I, like, woke up and the TV was half in the wall? Like, very scary.
I don't like that.
That's the whole... It was a vibes movie about that. And, I don't like that.
I mean, I think it did that well. And I liked Obsession, too. The more I think about Obsession, I think it's maybe not as good as I originally thought, but it's like these two YouTube guy movies coming out in the same month. It's like, this is what the future of movies is. YouTube creators making movies. Yeah.
Zoomers, I guess, also are scared of furniture. And I think they're scared of offices. I think they're afraid that Backrooms very much felt like, oh my God, like what if they make me go to work in an office again?
And it looks like this. No. So, Summer House, I'm going to do a bigger episode on the bonus feed, which, Kate, you're welcome to join. Our friend Josh Laura, Tell the Bees, is coming back later this month. So we're going to just hit some of these highlights of the reunion. I think...
Josh Laura, Tell the Bees is like the book reviews guy, right?
Yes.
I do want to talk to him about Yesteryear. So I might join.
You should. That'll be... you know what? While I'm thinking about it, I'm going to add you to the invite.
As long as it's not next weekend, because I'll be on a cruise in Key West with all people over 90.
Nice. No, it won't be next weekend. It's the 20th that we'll be recording that. Anyway, basically this is the episode about West, Amanda, and Meija, the horse tie girl. Horse tie girl.
You could not pay me, I've said this before, to go on national television and tell everyone I was played by West.
I know. That is...
and when she was like, he's keeping secrets because of the Bravo world and I'm not in it. And like, he kept saying it's a Bravo thing. I can't like be public with you because of Bravo. You want to be on Bravo. That's why you're dating West. Yep. That's why you're doing this episode. Yep. So none of this argument makes any sense because you obviously wanted him to bring you to the summer house and you're mad that he didn't.
Yes. And to see this FaceTime between Ciara, Meija, and Kyle.
Was it Lindsay?
No, Lindsay wasn't there at the end. It was just Ciara, Meija, and Kyle. And it just sucked because they were just saying everything we already know. And I kind of hate those sort of interactions where, she'll say something that's already been verified, and then Ciara will be like, yeah, and he was acting like he wanted to date me the whole time. It's like, yes, that's what we've been talking about for the last 3 hours of this show. I don't need it repeated again. And I continue to be so frustrated with this, not because of Ciara, Amanda, Meija, West, anything, but because it is so semantically driven. And I think I said this last week, and I think I'll say this next week. They just need to call West and Amanda weird. We don't need to discover timelines. We don't need to chop everything up in the tiniest little pieces and then inspect each one of those pieces. We just need to go, you all are weird. This is a weird thing to do with a friend environment, not just a friend environment, but also a work environment. And it sucks to be betrayed by your friends. Kyle and West, I'm not sure how good of friends they actually were. That just makes for a weird dynamic. You're now fucking your bro's ex. Ciara and Amanda, that seems like true friendship ending decisions, which is weird. But getting any more scrutinizing that any further isn't helping anyone here.
Especially the semantics about Kyle and Amanda still being married. They are separated.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if they are legally still married. They are separated. So they're separated. I'm sorry. It doesn't matter that they're still married. And they always have that dig and you're still married.
This is what we were talking about with that traditional values shit too.
Yeah. And also a lack of they want so much to have the quippy comeback and the TikTok thing that it doesn't even make sense. They're separated, so it really doesn't matter that she's still married. Unless, I guess, if they were not separated, but they seem to have been separated since October. So
yeah. Well,
maybe if they were fucking in June, but they're not even pushing them on the timeline, really. And Amanda doesn't care about the timeline, as she said. And I think that was maybe what the whole thing was supposed to be about, is Amanda wasn't supposed to say, I don't care that he was having sex with someone else.
Yeah, pretty much.
I also, did you see the Rachel Levis Elle magazine article?
Yes.
I think that they are afraid of doing this Scandival, because she said something that was the producers are trying to get a certain reaction out of me. They were encouraging me to cry. They were encouraging me to freak out. I was completely dissociated, and they really wanted to get a rise out of me. And I don't know how I feel about that. You did sign up to be on television, etc., but I do think that's unethical and really fucked up and shitty. But I think they don't want to do this Scandival. She said that there was no therapist on set at Scandival. I think that Bravo's very careful. I don't think they want to push them too far, because I think they're afraid of another Rachel Levis, who seemed genuinely suicidal that whole time, how she talks about it. And when Amanda went away for 20 minutes, I don't know. I think they didn't push her because I think there was probably a therapist she could talk to, and they didn't want her to kill herself. And I think they're not asking the good questions because they're terrified of the situation. We've talked about this before. They want to cash in on it, but they don't know how, and they're afraid to cash in on it at the same time.
Yeah. And I think, I hate to get too morbid about it, but I think the audience and the cast of these shows are in for a huge reckoning when eventually someone does die because of this.
Yeah.
That's going to be the Housewives thing, right? Wasn't it one of the husbands?
Russell, yeah.
Yeah.
Russell Armstrong.
That's...
Because there was going to be a season about him and domestic violence and the end of his marriage, and he killed himself right before it came out.
Yep.
There's also 2 Love Island UK people who've died.
Love Island is a cursed show. All of these things are cursed. But yeah, we'll talk more about these things. I think, Ciara made some really good points that were poignant. And I think it's really, when you compare the Vanderpump Rules season 10 reunion to this reunion, obviously completely different things happening. Yes, they're both scandals, but someone did do a side-by-side of like scenes of Ariana responding and scenes of Ciara responding, scenes of Lindsay responding, scenes of Lala responding. And I was like, wow, I actually really enjoy watching the Summer House discussion more than just hearing Lala screaming the whole time.
Yeah. They were definitely trying to do something different.
Yeah.
The one thing about this the more I watch of it and how upset everyone is, the less I understand why they're upset. Like, I'm going to get shit for this, but when KJ was like, Wes, you doing this really triggered my trauma of my dad being a womanizer. Give me a fucking break. Like, are you serious? Like, get over it. Not everything is your fucking childhood trauma. Wes didn't cheat on you. Wes is not your dad. It's such a weird thing. And it's just like someone you kind of knew, a cheating scandal that's kind of a cheating scandal, not even really a cheating scandal. It's just a fuck boy. And I think what these people can't admit is that Wes is being a fuckboy. He's not that intelligent. He's not being that intelligent about being a fuckboy. And people can't just say, I was in love, I liked his dick game, so I acted dumb. He has to be a mastermind. He has to be doing something really calculated and bad because they can't admit that they were idiots, which feels crazy because when you're in love, you do stupid things. And it's okay.
Absolutely.
I feel like it's perfectly fine for Ciara to be like, I am in love with West and I'm really hurt by him. Instead, it has to be like, West like lied and like manipulated and is such a terrible person because they can't just admit that they are an idiot and that West is an idiot.
Totally. And I mean, speaking of what you said with KJ, I mean, I don't think KJ's cut out for TV, but he really likes being on TV. And I think that's where a lot of that comes from. Like, how can I relate this back to something that has been, that has shown positive results on the timeline for me in the past? And I don't think it's a conscious thing, but I'm right there with you. He seems like a good enough guy. I don't think TV's doing him any justice and is not helping him. And another point, and I know this was last week, but when Ben's talking about his dad kind of giving him a side hug because of Sabrina hugging, his quote trauma comes from being caught with his girlfriend in high school. In high school. Your dad got mad at you in high school. You are like 40 years old, man. Come on.
They need a traumatic event. They need an excuse for it. I'm reading a biography about the Palantir CEO. And he's like, I think the hardest thing I've had to overcome is that I'm dyslexic. And he goes on and on about how he's dyslexic and how that kind of actually makes him a genius. And it doesn't make up for the fact that Palantir is like an evil corporation and that you're an evil person. But you need to have this thing so you can point back and be like, look what I overcome. Look at me. Like, I'm so much better. And don't look at the other things. Don't look at the bad parts, the amoral things. Like, just look at the trauma that I've overcome. Like, we all have trauma that we've overcome. It's part of being alive.
Yep. Well, let's move on to today's episode of In the City. But first, we'll take a quick break where you can support us at vanderpumprobs.com, folks. We have had a bunch of people jumping over there. I really appreciate it. I'd like to make it to 100 supporters by the end of the summer. So if you're thinking about it, please head over to vanderpumprobs.com. We'd love to see you there.
That is so threatened by Rob. Threatened by Rob.
You kids have fun arguing semantics.
All right, Kate, it's season 1, episode 3 of In the City, Mimosas and Mayhem. Fine title. June 2nd, 2026 is when it aired. Danielle and Lindsay confront their drama to see if they can leave the past behind. Kinney's relationship comments spark conflict. Amanda surprises Kyle with an apartment update. I gotta tell you, before we even dive in, I have to practice what I preach. I need to give this a season to make my full judgment, but they are not catching me with this show by this episode.
Watching it with my WeHo gay friend, not only do they seem like not friends and not fun to hang out with, none of them are hot. And I had to tell him, I was like, I've seen Kyle in real life and he is fucking very hot. And he was like, I don't see it. And it's probably because we're seeing depressed Kyle and he's making a whole big effort to look like depressed Kyle because we saw a flashback and he was like, oh, Kyle is hot. And
yeah.
But none of these people, they're not doing it for me, except maybe Kinney.
Interesting. Who would have? Yeah. Ooh. Well, it's because that might make the best tryst, right? Is with a guy.
Well, he's the one
like
starting the pointless drama that is, is not doesn't hurt anyone. I hate his girlfriend. Oh. God.
Oh my God. We'll get there. Because shockingly, Kate, can you believe it? Amanda, Ciara, and West. Oh, they meet up for lunch. West and Ciara are with that evil woman, Amanda.
This had to be cutting room floor material until it.
Oh yeah.
It's such a weird lunch. And I will go on I'm not a truther. I'm not a West Amanda. I don't think they were fucking at this point.
Sure. I
definitely don't.
Yeah.
It was very funny that they started and then they did that weird, very theater kid, oh wow, it's Amanda talking in May 2026.
Nothing happened. I saw someone being like, this should get an Emmy. I was like, this isn't because they did a cut to a person in the future saying, I know this looks bad now, but that's not how I felt then.
Yeah,
okay.
The shitty green screen cutout.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a fun choice, I guess. I did.
Sure, it was fun, but it wasn't it didn't.
Well, Amanda
didn't
isn't
knock me off
giving
my
us
seat.
anything. That's what's so annoying about this. All she says is, "I wasn't fucking West," which you don't have to tell me. I believe you, Amanda, but you're not making anyone else believe you.
No, not at all.
Because she word salads everything. And it takes her a long time to say what she's going to say. And then she's always whines that she has to talk about this on TV anyway. It's you don't have to be here. You don't have to be doing this.
No. But what would she be doing? Who knows?
Just go. Your parents are rich, girl. Just live off your trust fund. Be a hot girl living off your trust fund.
That is true. I always forget she's got a rich family. She could really be doing
just go to Blind Tiger every night, fuck lots of random guys, live off your trust fund in Fi-Di or wherever the fuck you want to live, and live life. Get a fake marketing job.
Oh, people would love you for that.
I could see her getting married to a kind of a Rachel Leviss type person, someone who is also rich and could just take care of her. Yeah. She can just be kind of an influencer. She doesn't even need to be an influencer.
No. Well, after they all dump about 18 spoonfuls of Parmesan cheese on their pizza, we do have to cut over to Kyle.
That was a lot, right?
Yeah.
What are you putting? How do you do your pizza? I
mean, I do like some crushed red pepper. Sometimes I'll do a hot sauce. I'm not a sriracha guy. I feel like I got sriracha'd out in 2009. But basically, if I'm doing hot sauce on pizza, it's got to be just basic cheese because then it's a vehicle for sauce. How about you?
I mean, sometimes I'll go Ciara Parmesan level on garlic powder. I'll put a bunch of garlic.
Oh, I could see that. Yeah, I like that.
And then I guess ranch. I'm that girl.
I like some ranch. Don't get me wrong. Mm-hmm. It's good. Get a little jalapeno ranch sometimes. Get a bit of kick. I guess I'm a bit of a heat guy, so who knows?
But
Kyle has the most depressing Zoom.
It was the gross Parmesan cheese. Yes. It was the gross Parmesan. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's the most most remembered about this scene because they're not talking about anything. Even though I guess Amanda told them that she's moving out. Why is that surprising to them? Ciara's the one who talked to Kyle about it in the first place.
Maybe the surprise is that I actually found a place and I'm doing it. But
I mean, that
of course
is
you are.
surprising.
Yeah.
I guess we're
For
just supposed to
her.
be like, oh, Wes looks so happy, and look at him, he's touching her shoulder and like massaging her a little.
And our friends who are not on this show are showing up on this show.
Yay. And Ciara's, she's fucking West at this point in time. She is on the West dick game that everybody wants to be on.
Yep. And West is also fucking Meija at this time, right?
Yeah, good for him. You can't be mad at someone. I'm sure that he told Meija that, by the way, even if we're dating, we're keeping it a secret, and I'm also dating like 6 other people. Is that okay? And she probably agreed to that and then got
Can I
mad
go to
about
the
it.
summer house next year? Sure, babe.
Yeah.
Kyle's quick, depressing Zoom with the Loverboy staff. First of all, you got 3 people in one room that are on their own Zoom as well, and no microphone interference. What's going on here?
Mr. Podcast over here.
They must be
Comment.
muting
He has
each of their
notes.
own
He's got
inputs.
notes.
Yeah, I would say the 2 people in the same room probably mute the mics on their computer and everyone's just picking up stuff through Kyle's computer, but still a little weird. I don't know if I like it. Smaller staff than I would have thought, but he's like, hey, I can't tell you to not look for another job, which is code for you should be looking for another job.
Yeah. Fire Amanda. I think that's fine. She doesn't do anything.
Yeah. I think that's good.
During this episode, my friend who doesn't watch Summer House, he was like, is Loverboy a alcohol brand or is it a clothing brand? And I was like, that's a good fucking question. And then I showed him the website and I was like, this is supposed to be alcohol. But at the Walmart near my house, nobody thinks it's alcohol because it is branded like a juice box.
Yes. Which feels very flavored cigarette.
Yeah, I like the brand. I think she's not a bad graphic designer, but it's not the assignment. It's not alcohol.
No.
You need some capital letters in there somewhere. Like White Claw has kind of an energy drink sort of feel, but the capital letters make me know that kids shouldn't be drinking it.
Yeah. Look, we could go on and on. We need to talk about a different beverage, milk. Because the milkman is back, a different milkman, not that milkman. And he's going on a date with Lindsay, and he's more insecure than I would have guessed.
This guy, I have so many thoughts on him. So if you have a milk business, that is essentially having a wellness brand. Like if you want people to buy your milk, it's because you think your milk is going to make you look hot, and so you are the billboard for your brand. And this guy looks like shit. And the only way you can convince me that he doesn't look like shit is if he's in his 50s. And I don't think he is. Like, his skin looks bad. There's a pallor to it. He looks like he hasn't put on sunscreen once in his entire life. Like, he has all of these, like, wrinkles, and, like, he just has bad skin. It looks damaged. It looks damaged by the sun. And
Something's going on with this guy. And the fact that he has to ask Lindsay, like, this is what's surprising to me, is Lindsay is telling us that she is so blinded by how hot this man is, that the red flags he's obviously giving off, and not just on his skin, are whizzing right by her. He's like, would you think less of me if I ordered rosé? What? He's like, I have these thoughts that like women are going to think I'm like not manly if I order the wrong drink, or if I like drink with a straw. Like, are you watching TikToks of like, 22-year-old girls saying what gives them the ick? Because that's what this feels like.
Clavicular.
Oh yeah, he's trying to mog, and he's not mogging that waiter in this one. That waiter's mogging the shit out of him.
I know, the waiter was hotter than him. And you know what? You were the face of your wellness brand. No, you can't order a rosé. Actually, I'm sorry, you do have to order a martini or an old fashioned. Like, you have to think about your brand and what you want your brand to be and who your demo for the brand is. If you want women to order milk, which, by the way, we aren't going to do. We like oat milk. We are not going to drink full-bodied milk. You think this guy drinks skim milk? I don't think so.
No.
Then he tries to be like, when's the last time you worked out, Lindsay? Like classic pickup artist sort of neg. This guy doesn't look like he works out that much. Like, he doesn't have a great body. He doesn't have the body to be talking to women that way.
Not at all. And that's kind of the pickup artist way, right? Like, it doesn't matter what you do as long as you say the right words.
Yeah. I think Lindsay is talking herself into this guy being hot. Because I think she is not lying about having had sex in a long time. And so I think she wants him to be really hot. And she wants her storyline to be with a really hot guy. But I'm sorry, he's not that hot.
No.
It's got to be a joke, right? Bravo, it must be a joke. Is it a joke?
I mean, someone's laughing. I know we are. So maybe some of the producers are as well. Lindsay we've said this. Why is she settling on this, right? Like, why is this the guy? Lindsay, like, for all of your flaws, you are an extremely confident and attractive person. Like, you don't have to settle for this milkman. Go for the other milkman.
Don't think she's confident when it comes to men. I mean, she's talked about it in this season of this show. She's like, everyone dumps me. So maybe she thinks that the milkman is the best that she can do, which is sad. She's only confident about telling other people how to live their lives.
She should be... She should be ethically non-monogamous.
I mean, yeah, they should all be ethically non-monogamous. Maybe they would want to hang out with this friend group more if they were all having weird sex with each other.
Yes. Get Emerald back on the show.
He was so great.
Oh,
really get Emerald back on the show. They shamed him off the show.
Yeah. Emerald
would have clocked West.
Oh,
Emerald.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you guys wanted to know what West was up to, Emerald would have told you exactly what West's game was. But they didn't want to hear it. They didn't want to hear it.
Well, Yvonne and Georgina go to the dog park with Georgina's babies. Georgina thinks Yvonne is an idiot, which is a great thing to just hear as they're hanging out. She says it in her confessional, but she's like, I just don't understand how she survived this long. And
once again, like, if we're supposed to believe that they're friends, they're not convincing me of it.
No, not at all. Did these people know each other? Yvonne's pressuring her husband to have children, but we still don't get enough information about Georgina's absent baby father. Now we know at least they broke up. How absent
is he? Yeah.
Yeah. Is he not doing anything? He's got to be.
She alludes to him not doing anything, but I can't imagine that's the case.
No. I feel like if he was gone, we would have a much more detailed story, and that would be entertaining to hear. Now, is she not saying things because there's two things here? Either there's like a serious reason why she can't bring it up and why he left, or B, there's something about herself that she doesn't want to bring up regarding why he left. And maybe that'll come out later in the season.
Yeah. If only Taylor Frankie Paul, everything that happened with the ex. Yeah. Even though the ex doesn't want to be involved in the show and the kids aren't on the show. You still know. If only these people thought they had a mandate by God to be honest about all of their like really embarrassing stuff.
Well, we've got a mandate by God to throw to another break. But you don't have to hear those breaks, folks, if you sign up at vanderpumprobs.com. And look, I'll even say this. On Instagram and TikTok, I just posted a little slideshow that shows you how easy it is to sign up. And it only takes like 3 taps. And you've got your own ad-free and bonus content world. You're going to love it. vanderpumprobs.com.
Zack is so threatened by Rob. Threatened by Rob.
Kids have fun arguing semantics.
Well, Whitney's moved in with Kenny and all of her boxes into this, decently sized New York apartment.
Nice apartment.
Yeah.
Nice apartment. I really liked it.
Is that in Soho? It looked like it might be a Soho loft.
It's nice when all the apartments I lived in New York were just like tiny hovels, dark windows. It's nice to have a big open area apartment.
I never had an apartment this big, but I did luck out and we found a 1-bedroom with like a very big living room with an attached kitchen and like a steal. Like the dude was great. The guy who owned the building lived on the first floor, and it was just like he kept the building up, and it was a nice space for like 2 of us. And but yeah, I had a friend who was a little bit, more successful and had a Soho loft that was a lot like Kenny's here. It was one of those places where like the elevator goes up and it like just opens to
Beautiful.
your space. Oh, amazing. Fantastic. But, SpawnCon for the moving company, as always. Didn't clock Kenny as a crystals guy, though.
I didn't either.
He wants to change his
I
frequency.
feel like there is, I feel like there is a crossover between Bitcoin and crystals. Like,
No,
I guess
if you believe in one, you have to believe in the other.
I think so.
And NFTs. He's making fun of her the whole time because he's stupid, but he also like has a point, because what else is this scene supposed to be? Like, we have to make conversation. I'm just going to make fun of you for all of your black t-shirts and wooden balls. And she then cries because she's like, remember, I moved across the country. We have to remind everyone I moved across the country and I have no friends and you're being mean to me. I don't know. I think she has a point that he was just making stupid jokes the whole time. But I don't know if it warrants this deep of emotions when you can just be like, did you want me to move in or not? Because if I'm moving in, I'm bringing my stuff with me.
It's a lot of stuff.
It was a lot of stuff. I loved, though, that when she's like crying, you just see the movers still kind of like moving stuff in the background. Like, oh, got to avoid this. But this really felt like Kenny is a Bravo person, even though it's his first season, and she is a Bachelor person. This is how you act on shows like The Bachelor. Emotions have to come immediate. They have to be tears. Has to be about like what I've done to change my life at the drop of a hat. And Bravo is like bicker, bicker, bicker.
Yeah, because that's why I guess like I would make fun of. Yeah, he's just trying to make jokes because Bravo's jokier and more sarcastic and more like wink, wink with this is a reality show.
Yeah.
And she's cried 3 times in this episode. So you're right. She's very earnest about the whole thing. I don't think it's going to work out for them.
No, I don't either. But you know who it is going to work out for? Danielle and Lindsay. With our powers combined, we actually can take over this show. So let's stop fighting. This is my favorite scene.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone knows I love Danielle.
Yeah, it doesn't even seem like they work anything out.
No.
Because Lindsay doesn't have anything specific she wants her to apologize for. It's just like generally being a bitch.
Which Danielle does the right thing here where she's like, well, I could counter almost every single thing you said with an example similar that you've done. But like I said, Rob, our powers together are more important than us being separated here. And I love that, we get the montage of Lindsay saying stuff she didn't like Danielle saying, and we get to hear Danielle repeat those things in the montage. And then we get Danielle's confessional. She's like, yeah, but like, maybe those things I said were mean, but most of the time they turned out to be accurate. And it like showed all of the things that like, oh yeah, now she's a single mom. She was kind of rude. She was trying to rub it in Carl's face. Like, it was great.
Yeah. No. And I like that she just came to, she's like, I'll talk a little bit less shit about Lindsay. Just less. Like, not every, like, dumb thing, or not dumb, it's all very smart. Every insightful, mean thing I have to say, I'll only say 1 out of every 10.
That's fine.
Compromises. They work.
And I'll keep the rest in my back pocket for when Lindsay inevitably explodes again, which is great. And then they decide they're going to go together to the boozy brunch at Union Square. And everyone's like, oh my God, Danielle and Lindsay have shown up together? What? Oh, everything's changing. And they're like, no, we just worked everything out. And Kyle's like, well, then can you give Amanda an apology? And Danielle might as well just go, no, I don't like Amanda.
Yeah. And they brought up things from like 7 seasons ago.
Yeah.
I was like, that was Danielle being mean to Amanda.
I mean, like, even with the Lindsay scene when Lindsay's like, and you gave Carl a hand job in the car. And she's like, I don't think I did that. But then in the confessional, she's like, even if I did, like, that was like 10 years ago.
I know. I loved that. This whole boozy lunch also underlined how little of friends they are. It was it was such a mess. And they were just like, obviously we have gathered to a scene where we fight. So let's find something to fight about, which is hard because none of us know each other. Like,
yeah. And then Kenny's like, I need to still cement that I'm the Jax of this show. So, yeah, I'm going to defend Danielle here because Amanda's just one of Lindsay's many minions, like all of the other ladies at this table, except for Whitney, of course, because none of you are friends with her. And what is it? Yvonne's husband's like, at least he's just going like, well, they are like their own human beings. They're not just Lindsay's minions. He's like, yeah, but you get it. Lindsay's like the leader and everyone else is not. And it just shows that like these people don't care. They don't care about each other. They're not friends.
yeah, I don't think you need like the authentic connection. People are like, you're never going to find a Vanderpump Rules again, like where they are all friends before the show starts. But I think that they need to hang out at least 3 times before the show starts to get all of this awkwardness out of the way and just get like really drunk together and like find out who you like and who you don't like. And I don't think that it's like none of them have ever hung out. It's like we're seeing them hang out for the first time on camera. Yeah. It's so weird. But then we're being told that they hang out all the time.
Yeah, it's not. There's like a gear missing in this clock. You know, like it still kind of works, but like it doesn't quite hit the right hour. And also, this place they're eating. Look, we've both been to Union Square. Like this is walled off for them to film this lunch, right? Like those barrels behind them with the tents. Like this is not an area that's normally for seating. It feels like this is staged for this shot.
There's a lot of places in like Fide post-pandemic that are like totally like this now.
Sure, but I mean like if it's the Union Square I'm thinking of, like there would be about 17 people a minute walking behind them during this entire lunch.
Yeah. It's just the whole thing is it's a weird lunch. And then Lindsay starts screaming, and you may need to explain this to me because I totally missed, even though I watched it a few times, why she kind of starts screaming. And then Kenny's like, seems like you're on drugs because that's not a good reason to start yelling.
It's because it's the same thing. It's just even more that he says everyone's her minions and she's the leader and tries to like get all of the other ladies to gang up on someone, and he can see right through it. And she's, activated and says, no, these are all independent people. They can just spot bullshit like I can. And he's like, why are you...
up for Danielle? I just don't... Why is he even talking in the first place?
I think it was standing up for Danielle because Amanda is one of Lindsay's minions, but this is such a stretch that it's really he just wants to fight with Lindsay.
Yeah. I did like that Amanda was like, I don't even like Lindsay that much.
Yeah. And that's why Kenny's like, are you sniffing glue? Sit down. Which sniffing glue, is he 80 years old?
Yeah. It felt like a euphemism for are you doing Adderall? Which the answer is yes.
Yes.
I think.
We just did Adderall on the subway here from our Soho brunch.
This is what she got a little boozed up with Danielle, but before that, she took 30 milligrams of Adderall and swished it down with the entire Celsius. So that's what she's running on.
Absolutely. And we're running to our final break of the episode. Folks, support the show at vanderpumprobs.com. We really appreciate it.
Zack is so threatened by Rob. Threatened by Rob.
You kids have fun arguing semantics.
That brunch is over, and it's time for coffee in the park. Who is this? This is Georgina. No, this is Alex or Lexi.
Yeah, in the outline, I just said the girls because I'm like, I know it's Whitney and I think it's Lexi. And then it's either Yvonne or Georgina, one of the other girls that has
I think
no
it's Georgina.
personality
But whatever. Correct us in the show notes, folks. And I love this that they're like, look, Whitney, it's just come out that Kenny's not sure if your relationship is marriage material. What do they actually say? I forget.
You have no spark.
Oh, yeah, spark,
He's
of course.
unsure about the spark.
And I love that they traced this back in the game of telephone when it like started with Kyle and him, and he was just like, look, I love her. I want her to move in with me. He's like, I'm not sure if I'm ready to get married yet, which becomes, I don't know if I love her, which then becomes, I think we might break up by the time it gets to Whitney.
I mean, you should break up with Whitney because boring.
Well, yeah. What's her personality at this point? Like, she's cuddling up to Kenny during that brunch fight before this, doesn't speak up, really. And now she's like letting these other two people she just met tell her about her own relationship.
She reminds me of Amanda, to be honest, when she was with Kyle. Like, I date this guy with a really strong personality, and I have none. My entire storyline is how I deal with him while I just look zanned out.
Yeah. Weird. Well, I'm glad we got that scene because it sets up the final scene of the episode. But before that, we have to see Kyle and Amanda walk as the slowest New Yorkers ever. Could you imagine walking on the streets of New York and this couple is just strolling in front of you? I would push them down the subway.
With their ugly ass shirt. This is real ugly. And
Oof.
I was unsure. I'm like, are they dropping merch or is this a new flavor of Loverboy? But I guess it's a new flavor. But
oh boy,
it begs the question of what Loverboy is. Is it a merch company or an alcohol company?
Something we will never ever find out because I'm sure it'll be dissolving soon. But good for them. It's kind of like a lot of Bravo stuff, like Sir Wieners in Southern Hospitality. TJ's Hot Dog Company is more of a merch brand than a hot dog company.
Yeah,
I think there's got to be some sort of thing that they're learning.
Yeah, it's in this episode too, where they're like, if Loverboy goes down, like you're on the, like that's you too, yeah. Amanda. And I'm like, what did she co-sign the loan? Kyle's business loan? I feel like I agree with Amanda. I don't think unless she did something really stupid, which she might have. I don't think she is on the hook for. I don't think
she's on that hook because, as she said, she's like, well, he signed up for that loan before we got married, which doesn't necessarily not make it her responsibility because you do a lot of assets combine whenever you get married. I don't know. I'd love to know more.
But I asked Ken this. I was like, if you got a loan for your business, for your like LLC, and we got divorced, would I be on the hook for that loan? And it seems like no. I mean, there are some circumstances where it's yes, and I think you could argue it. Maybe Kyle will because he's vindictive, and maybe she did co-sign the loan, which I wouldn't be surprised because she's an idiot. But I don't think everyone was like, of course you're on the like on the hook for Loverboy, but I really don't think so.
Yeah. I don't think
Although
so
I wonder
either.
how much of investors Amanda's parents are in Loverboy.
That's a good point. What is this podcast? This has to be a real podcast.
Boys Lie.
Yeah.
Bravo people go on it.
This seems like the sort of podcast people who like Lala and Katie Maloney's podcast.
Giggly Squad.
Giggly Squad.
There's been a rumor going around that Paige cheated on Craig with the new guy, Joe or whatever, and that he was dating someone else at the time. And like she made a whole big deal about how like Craig like was actually a bad guy when she was cheating on him the whole time and like plotting as her escape from Craig.
And Craig was holding Amanda's hand under the table that one season. Don't forget.
I mean, it seems like they were. Very weird.
Yeah. Good for them. I'm so glad. So
They'd
the whole
be a great
conversation.
couple.
I guess the conceit of the podcast is boys lie, men don't. But whenever they say, like boys lie and their like little opening tagline, Kyle's like, girls lie too. I'm like, Kyle, we can't be doing that here. That's not what this is, man.
Well, they also ask them about how do you keep the spark alive in your relationship? Lots of sparks going on. And Kyle's like, I just look elsewhere. I just cheat on Amanda to find a spark somewhere else.
Well, that's the thing. Kyle's of the mind that he's like, well, when the spark goes away, you start looking for the spark somewhere else. And Amanda's like, well, you're not going to always have the same spark. And before this conversation, they're on the streets going like, well, we're not going to talk about our current relationship status on the podcast. Cut to immediately being like, essentially, we hate each other and the spark's dead in our relationship.
These two are so dumb.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Well, speaking of dumb people, Whitney and Kenny are on a date. Kenny is loving the wine. And they want to talk about, or Whitney specifically wants to talk about their spark and what she heard at the park. And I don't quite know why this is a cliffhanger because I don't care about these people. But is spark a buzzword now for all-encompassing, are you cheating on me?
Maybe. It was weird that all of them, or two people were talking about it at the same time.
And Brittany's just trying to get her spark back.
I've never used spark in this way. I mean, like, I've used it in, like, I there was a spark on the first date or something like that.
Sure.
Whatever. But I don't talk about it as, like, I don't love my wife anymore or love my husband anymore. It seems very catch-all, and these people need catch-all stuff, and they love their little buzzwords. I mean, back to the Summer House reunion, Lindsay called West a pathy. Ooh, that was bad. Yeah, my friend was like, what does that mean? And I was like, I think it means pathological liar. But I've never heard that before. And I've heard people say stupid things.
Yeah, stop trying to make pathy a thing. Well, Kate,
this is my problem.
Yes.
With all of them and all of this. It's like there was one part of the Valley we didn't talk about because who cares? But it's like basically Nia was like, I don't understand why Danny gets all of this for drinking. Like, I don't have a problem with it. And Michelle was like, I thought that about Jesse. They should get divorced. And that's the problem with everyone here. It's like, hear a problem? Get divorced. Like, you lied once. You're a pathological liar. It's like, let's take everything to the fucking extreme. Like...
It is soul crushing to think that these people had real lives that were somewhat successful before being on these shows. Like to think like, how did you survive? And at what point did like someone like Lala, it's like, oh no, you were 22 and then were thrust into this and it molded you. And that's why you act like a weird person who dresses like 7 of 9 at all times
Josie
of the
and
day.
Pussycats type outfits. But
I don't know. It's weird to see these people who have lived successful lives getting brought into this world. But Kate, do you have an MVP?
No, because I really didn't like anyone. I don't like any. I feel like everybody is a loser.
Do you have
maybe who the biggest loser is?
Yeah, who's the biggest loser?
Whitney.
Okay.
I think she's boring. I think she cried a bunch of times and that's her only go-to thing. Like, at least Lindsay, when she's on television, will get mad and activated and it's fun to watch. Not fun to watch someone cry. In fact, people I know who've auditioned for reality TV, like the reason they didn't get on is because like when they are faced with like really stressful things, they start crying. Nobody wants to watch someone cry. It's really boring, and it seems to be her only move. She and Kenny have nothing in common. They really don't have a spark. Kenny should be with Lindsay. Like,
yes.
That's a power couple right there. Like, she is just a new Amanda. I'm sure that people like her because she has no personality. She's very pretty.
Sure.
And all she does is cry, but I think she's bad television, and she's someone who shouldn't be on these shows.
I think she gave a very bad presence this episode, but my MVP
Danielle.
is Danielle. Of course. It's going to be Danielle again.
We need to start engaging her on social media about how much you fucking stan her.
I think that's a great idea. She does follow. She watches the stories. So I know that there's been a little bit of interaction in there. I would love, this is my call. Where's my camera? Danielle, we would love for you to come on the podcast because I think you were bringing it like you always do. And you're fun television. So please come talk to us. But I promise to keep it not weird.
She's actually funny, unlike Danny Bucco. Also, her and Lindsay have the same exact haircut. Danielle looks really good with it. Lindsay looks like shit. So good for you. Danielle, I'm
Good for
looking
you.
directly at you. Your hair looks good. You look good. You look good in all these episodes. Good for you.
Keep up the good work. And listeners, you can keep up the good work by supporting this show at vanderpumprobs.com. Sign up for $5, $10, $25. Each one comes with a little extra something special. You don't even have to sign up. Just go check it out. See what you like. And if you are already on our Patreon, you can migrate over and get a discount, folks, because Patreon's going to be gone soon. So make sure to head on over. We appreciate you. We will see you next time on Vanderpump Robs. Goodbye.